Hi, and welcome to day one of lesson 4.2, loans. Just an FYI, as of last week, Tesla has become the sixth largest U.S. company. The Silicon Valley electric car maker ended Friday with a cap market of $555 billion, and Berkshire Hathaway ended the day with a market of $543 billion. Berkshire Hathaway was the former sixth largest U.S. company. So, Tesla is growing. Just an FYI. All right, let's go back over our last notes page and write a question in the left-hand column, and then circle our 24. You are welcome to use the column the question that I have here as an example, which is Heather wants an electric guitar. The price is $2,240. If she can save $90 a month, how long will it take her to save up for the guitar? Obviously, we take $2,240, and we divide it by 90 to get the length of days. Once you get your question in, please circle your 24, and hopefully your 10 is already circled. All right, please title the next page of your notebook as follows: 4.2 loans. This is day one. Our learning target will be I will be able to compute monthly payments using a formula, and from a table, I will compute finance charges on loans. Today is the 1st or 2nd of December. I'll give you a moment to do that. I'm going to go ahead and advance to the next slide. Remember, you can stop this video at any time, complete your notes, and then move on to the next slide by hitting play again on your video. Here is essentially the same slide, but it includes our reading for today, which is pages 181 to 183 through example 1. And the 8 words I would like you to define in your vocabulary: promissory note, wage assignment, wage garnishment, lending institution, principal, annual percentage rate, life insurance, and collateral. Please write down these 8 words, as you are going to define them. They will be defined for you in our reading for today. You are welcome to look up their definition in our glossary if you like. Please stop the video and then restart whenever you are ready to proceed. Here's the first page of our reading. What information do you need to know before taking out a loan? I'd like to note that promissory note is defined. It's an agreement that you sign to borrow money. The amount you borrow is called the principal. That's also something you need to divide. The annual percentage rate, or APR, is also there. When you are done filling in your vocab and reading this paragraph, please hit play to proceed to the next slide. Here's paragraphs 2 and 3, which contain several of our vocabulary words. Please read through this and write down the definitions as necessary. When you're done, hit play again and proceed to the next slide. Here is 2 more definitions for you. Here are the types of lending institutions that are most common: banks, credit unions, and consumer finance companies. Please read these paragraphs, and then when you are done, hit play again. Here are 2 other types of lending institutions: life insurance companies and pawn shops. Please read through these, and when you're done, hit play to proceed to the next slide. Things to think about for this section. Why is it important to read the fine print of a promissory note? It's important because that's the print they bring up whenever they're giving you news you don't want to hear. For instance, it's a common clause in a promissory note to make the entire loan due if you miss one payment. If you don't spot that and cross it out, you might be stuck there. Types of lending institutions. There are lots out there. What have you heard of? It's on the phone, it's in the mail, it's on the internet. Banks, credit unions. There's a ton of them, and they are available locally. This is a copy of the table that we will use to determine our payments. Let me caution you that this table is per $1,000 of principal. So, for instance, if I have a 2-year loan at 6.5%, but it's for $5,000, I would have to take $44.55 and multiply it by 5. We'll see this quite a bit in this section. Here is a copy of what example 1 looks like in our textbook. And here it is again. It says, what is the monthly payment for a 2-year loan with an APR of 8.5%? So, they've actually highlighted it here for us. If we look, here is 2 years. Here is 8.5% at their intersection. It says 45.46, but we have to remember that it's a 2-year loan for $4,000. So we have to multiply it times 4 because that's only for $1,000. And if you multiply 45.46 times 4, you get $181.89. That is the answer for example 1. Please write that down in your notebook, and when you're done, proceed to the next slide. Here's a check your understanding. It says Juan is borrowing $41,000 for 5 years at an APR of 6.5%. What is his monthly payment? Let me move this over a little bit so we can see our percentages. So if we look at 6.5%, it's going to be right here at the top. 5 years is $19.57. However, it's for $41,000. So we have to take $19.57 and multiply it times 41. When you do that, you get $802.37. Please get that down in your notes, and we'll proceed to the next slide. All right, example 2 is what is the total amount of monthly payments for a $4,000 2-year loan with an APR of 8.5%? 8.5%, 2 years. We did this for example 1, and we came up with a monthly payment of $181. So we write that down there, 181.84. And how many months are in 2 years? There are 24 months in 2 years. If you multiply that out on your calculator, 181.84 times 24, you get $4,364.16. That's how much they paid out on a $4,000 loan. So we could figure the finance charge out on that, couldn't we? Get that down in your notes, please. And when you're done, please hit play to proceed to the next slide. All right. It says, for check your understanding here, the total amount of monthly payments for a 5-year loan is $7,171.20. The APR is 7.5%. How much money was originally borrowed? Well, we know that in 5 years, there are 60 months. In other words, 5 times 12 equals 60. And if we take $7,171 $171.20, and we divide that by 60, we get a total monthly payment of $119.50. If we look at our table, under 7.25% and 5 years, we get a monthly payment of $19.95. So we divide $119.50 by $19.95, and we get 6, which means the original loan was for $6,000. Get that down in your notes, and then be ready to proceed to the next slide. All right, go over your notes, underline important parts, and then circle your 10. Here is our assignment, problems 5 through 8. It is in our Canvas